this small dark corner of the universe in which I reside. And I want you to know that for as long as you are here with me, I am here with you. And to be honest, I am with you for much longer than that. For in the darkness, we are all connected. And in this video tonight, I will be bringing us back to the Kalos region of Pokemon X to pick up where we last left off there. But before I do that, it is my assumption that you are here in part to take some time to relax. So I would like to encourage you to take some deep breaths, to let your stomach extend, and to breathe in as deeply as you can. And as you go on taking these deep breaths, see if you can release any tension that you might be holding from your brow and your jaw. And your neck, and on down through your shoulders and your back. And on through your arms and all the way down. And allow that tension to fall into the ground below you, so that your body can come to a state of rest. As much as is possible for you to do right now. And then invite your ghost to sit quietly and deeply in the center of you. For that is exactly where it belongs. And now, let us get back into this world of digital monsters. That music was louder than I thought it was going to be. But why don't we take a second here to just watch this intro again too, because it really is so beautiful. Even though this system is decades old at this point, maybe not decades, but at least one decade. There we have the powerful Xerneas. Here we see some players riding on some Pokemon, a Rhyhorn and a Gogoat. And there we see some of the landscapes that are traversed in this French-inspired Pokemon land. Some of the fashion that you can style your avatar with. The ambiguous shadowy bird, which you fly off on. this journey. And Breeze, the Kecleon. So that's the team, and checking back into where we actually are, I think we are in the midst of some sort of fossil town. I forget the name, but here this sign might give us Ambret Aquarium. So yes, we are in Ambret Town, and it has a beautiful aquarium here, and let's see what this person has to say. Hey trainer, use this TM, it's Rock Smash. Okay, so we've got Rock Smash, which can be a very useful TM. She says Rock Smash may also lower the other Pokemon's ability to defend itself. That makes up for what it lacks in power. Okay, thank you so much for the Rock Smash. And here's somebody's nice little house. Let's check out what's going on in here. She says, I'm very particular about the speed of Pokemon. That's why I'm wondering if you have any Pokemon with a speed of 131 or greater with you. Worry not, there's more to Pokemon than speed. But what I'd really like to see today is a Pokemon with speed greater than 131. That sounds pretty high, especially for where these guys are at, but I'm thinking the fastest we would have here would be Frogadier, whose speed is only at 42. Fletchender I would have assumed also, but their speed is only 37, so I think it's very unlikely we will be able to fulfill our request. Maybe this little kid has something for us. They say, hi, guess what? I heard that some Pokemon can evolve during a battle. Did you know that? Yes, I did. Thank you. And then the man here says there are lots of stones that can bring out new power in Pokemon. The Kalos region just so happens to have a lot of stones. That makes me think that anything could happen here. I would bet that he's talking about Mega Stones and the Mega Evolutions that come about. I was recently so excited to finally be able to evolve my Lopunny in Pokemon Go. If you play Pokemon Go, you would know that they do have Mega Evolutions, but it can be challenging to get enough of the Mega Energy to evolve them, because you have to defeat them in battle, unless you're able to collect enough energy in other ways, and they recently made it easier to collect the Lopunny energy. And here we are in a hotel. This person says, welcome to Hotel Ambret. And that's all they say. We got a little Esper here. It says T. That's interesting. Traveling trainer, why don't you use this? And we've got the TM96 called Nature Power. Nature Power becomes a different move depending on the place it's used. I hope it will add fun to your journey. Well, thank you. I suppose we could teach that to one of them. Hey, I got something rare from a customer. I had a chat with the customer several times and we hit it off. Well, thank you for that info. I also just got something from a customer, though we didn't chat several times. So here we are in one of the hotel rooms. It's getting very hard to chase this guy down first. I think I'll head over to Santaloon City and then Silage City. I've never thought much about the naming convention of the cities in this game. I know that in the original game, oh, it's Mr. O Power. Hey, how's it going, friend? I'm Mr. Bonding, excuse me, the expert on O Powers. Let me ask you just in case, do you need to hear an explanation about O Powers? No. Thanks, I'll just take the O Power Special Defense Power Level 1. And, of course, O Powers are sketch. Yo, this is a good deal. Why don't you trade a Pokeball for my dive ball? Yeah, that sounds great. I'm glad I had a Pokeball to trade him. See, it's a good deal, isn't it? We can trade again tomorrow if you want. Alright, good to know. Over here is the gym. This is the fossil lab. We restore Pokemon fossils. Let's see what is going on in here. Nobody's behind the desk, but here's a scientist. You must have come to the fossil lab because you like fossils. That's all they've got to say. Alright, a hiker here. If you have a Pokemon called Genesect with you, please let me know, alright? Wow, I don't know how I could possibly get a Genesect in this game. Oh, but hey, here's my friend. Wait for me. I'm glad she caught up with me. She knew where I was. And we've caught the attention of these scientists who say, "Welcome, future archaeologists. You were drawn here by the mystique of fossils, no doubt. My name is Serena, and this is Hackett. We're researching mega evolution, and we were wondering if you know anything about it." "Oh, so you're Professor Sycamore's students. I've heard about you. Mega evolution, you say? I'm sorry, but all I know is that it has something to do with mysterious stones. Everybody knows about these stones. Still, since you're students of the professor, you must know about Pokemon fossils, correct?" "I sure do." "Wonderful. I expect no less from Professor Sycamore's students." "That's right. Fossils are the legacy of prehistoric Pokemon. You should really go to the dig site and see the real thing firsthand." "Oh, I see," says Serena. "Well, if you don't know anything about Mega Evolution, then hold on," says the other scientist. "Pokemon that can be restored from fossils just might have something to do with Mega Evolution. The assistant in Glittering Cave right now might know about that." We look longingly at each other. What should I do? Well, since I'm already here, maybe I should go talk to that assistant. Are you going to the Glittering Cave? I guess I am not prompted for a response to that, but yes, I think we should also go to the Glittering Cave. Just check out a few books first. They're packed with research material. Alright, let's check out this Glittering Cave. When they mentioned the fossilized Pokemon having anything to do with Mega Evolution, I was trying to think if any fossil Pokemon have Mega Evolutions. And I think that I know that Aerodactyl does, but I can't think of any others at this point. But here we are in the aquarium, which I think we have to go through in order to get to the Glittering Cave. The person behind the desk says, "Thanks for visiting our aquarium. Your interest means so much to us." Wow, that's funny, a little aquatic humor. The Pokemon on the far side of the glass, all they see every day is the strange faces of humans who have come to see them. That is something I think about a lot when I go to zoos and the like. It is a depressing thought. There are many types of Pokemon in the wider world. Solely water types are most populous, after normal types, of course. I don't know about that. I feel like they're probably... Well, it's an interesting thought. Which Pokemon type is truly the most populous in this imaginary world in use it. If an exclamation mark appears, press the A button. You can either try to catch the Pokemon that you fish or just beat them in battle. It's up to you now. Thank you. Route B continues on out that door there. That's right, Route B sure is a long one. Wow, that's Route 8 actually. It runs down the cliffs through Ambred Town along the sea and all the way to the next town. Well, I do hope the Glittering Cave is along this route. Route 8 is the Morail Coast. Morail. I like the perspective shifts, or just the rotating of the camera, that really brings this world alive, more so than when you're stuck looking at everything from one orientation the whole game. But still, it's on a grid, I think, even though we can hop on our skates here, and it feels like it's not on a grid, but I think it was the Sun and Moon that were the first games to actually remove the grid. But here we are, we just found a pearl. I don't know if we can smash these rocks. I think these are permanent rocks here, so that was just to take a little walk along the beach, which in the real world is perhaps one of my favorite things to do. I don't think that there's anything more soothing to me in the natural world than staring out at the ocean. Now, getting into the ocean is a whole nother thing, and not as soothing, in my opinion, but being by it gives me lots of calm. So now here we are under some seaside cliffs of the Morai Coast, and we found a trainer who wants to battle. Wait, they say stop. I dropped the fossil I was taking to the fossil lab in Ambred Town. I'm really sorry, but could you wait a little bit until I find it? Oh, I guess she doesn't want to battle. She's just searching for her fossil. Well, that is pretty important. Alright, I guess we won't be going this way right now. Thankfully, her misplaced fossil is going to help guide us in the right direction to get to Glittering Cave, I presume. So we'll head back this way, and that's the fossil lab. Maybe we want to go through here. Another scientist. What do they have to say? Oh, are you going to search for fossils in Glittering Cave? You'll have to ride on Rhyhorn to get there in that case. Riding Rhyhorn is so much fun. You can even pretend that you're the famous Rhyhorn racer Grace. I believe that is my mother. Pokemon moves that come in direct physical contact with the target are direct attacks. If you want to do something about them, you can try this. Wow, she gave us a Rocky helmet. Now, she continues. If a Pokemon holding a Rocky helmet takes a direct attack, the attacker takes damage too. Combine that with an ability like Iron Barbs or Rough Skin, and it'll really start to sting. That's awesome. Rocky helmets, I think, are one of the better held items you can give a Pokemon. So let's see, who should we give it to? I kind of want to give it to Munchie, just to imagine a Snorlax wearing a Rocky helmet. It seems right. It would be really cool if at some point they actually animated the abilities, or the items, I mean, that you put onto Pokemon, similar as you might see in other games like Pokemon Unite, which not sure exactly how to say that. But it's come out along this rocky terrain. And I believe it's grass and normal type, so we should be alright to defeat it here with Night Soil. We'll start with a stun spore though, just to make sure it doesn't get to attack every turn. But it avoided the stun spore. Alright, let's try Infestation. And it charges up by absorbing sunlight, I'm sure, or something. But now we've got some bugs crawling all over it. And just the anxiety factor alone bites into its HP. But here we go. What did it just do? Some kind of tail whip, I guess. And we'll spray some acid on it. Wow, that did quite a bit of damage. So I think we've got this one covered. And it never even tried to attack us. Not with any kind of damage dealing move. And the bugs will, almost finish it off, but not quite. So we'll send one more acid attack. Oh, that's right, it did use Mud Slap. Well, hopefully, with all this mud, it still hits. And it did. So we've got that knocked out. We can continue on our little coastal expedition here. Not quite coastal, I guess, but cliffside. Break these rocks down with the Rhyhorn as it sort of toddles along. And knock that off here. How do we jump off? Press the B button, allows us to step down for a second and pick up this X defense. And we'll get right back on. Nice of Rhyhorn to accommodate us as we go treasure hunting. But now which way? We've got to find out what this is. You never know when it might be a rare candy or some kind of useful pickup. I like how it sort of steps down. It's a paralyzed heal. Probably could have gone without that, but you never know. Unless it's yellow, and then you know that it's a TM rather than a single-use item. Another encounter. This time, popping out of the rocks is a Hippopotas. The Hippopotas has the ability Sandstream and kicks up a sudden sandstorm. We're going to go right in with the Absorb attack, which, being a grass move, is super effective against the Hippopotas. Hippopotas is one of those Pokemon that, like Cyndaquil, well, rather Typhlosion, and not Hippopotas, but its evolution, Hippowdon, which looked a lot cooler in these games, or in the earlier games where they just have a single sprite, rather than these 3D models, because, like Typhlosion with its fiery mane, the Hippowdon had sand pouring out of the holes in its back. But when they shifted to these 3D models, as you would have seen playing Pokemon Legends, it doesn't look quite as intimidating as just a regular hippo. Except, of course, hippos are quite intimidating. I would be very scared to ever encounter one in the wild. But here we have a trainer, and they say, "Hail, trainer, allow me to restore your Pokemon to full health." It's real easy to get lost inside this here cave. Just take it one step at a time. Go rushing in all careless like, and you'll never find your way out. Alright, suppose we will. Read this sign real quick. Trainer tips. You can immediately warp outside a cave you're in by using an escape rope. That is a good tip. I wonder though if I even have one. Let's check real quick. Here, I don't believe that. Oh, I do. I've got exactly one escape rope. Perfect. Let's go in here. Oh, wow, I forgot. Oh, they give you this sort of close-up perspective when you enter the caves here. You kind of enter and then find yourself suddenly in forks, and you have to decide which way to go. And a Cubone has popped out of this dark corner of the cave. Speaking of dark caves, I wonder if you have experienced the newest Legend of Zelda, in which there are dark caves, and I've only just discovered them, and I won't say anymore. But it is a very impressive game. Almost daunting, or very much daunting in its scope. But this poor Cubone, of course, had very little chance against Night Soil. And with that, we'll continue to explore this glittering cave. Looking for what exactly, I'm not sure. But we've run into another Pokemon, and it's another Cubone. So I guess we'll continue to just absorb the HP out of these sad little critters who have all collectively lost their mothers in some strange, catastrophic genealogy. But now we've actually suffered enough damage that I'm worried that if this Cubone gets in another attack, poor little Odashir will get knocked out. Well, we'll hope for the best, and as often is the case, the opposing Pokemon used a status move, allowing us to finish it off with an Absorb. But now I feel like we've entered, or, oh no, I guess that was just a block in the road. Left or straight? Guess we'll go left here. I'm sure there's an item to discover, and it's a hard stone. The hard stone. Is it going to tell us what that does? No, I guess not. I think that it increases the power of rock-type moves, if I had to guess. And sadly, we don't have any rock-type Pokemon at the moment. A Machop has appeared in the dark cave. Machop is going to use focus energy, but we'll paralyze it with a little bit of powder, some spores, and then absorb what we can. as there's always more to play. But I do really hope that they go back to that format of doing sort of the historical look at certain regions. I know there's been a lot of speculation that they will do the black and white games next. But sometimes I think too that speculation is sort of started by the same companies that want to hide what's actually coming out, so they start their own rumors. I wonder if that's ever happened with certain Fakemon. Like when it was speculated that Fuecoco would evolve into a fire and fairy type. Night Soil wants to learn Sleep Powder. Well, that would be perhaps more effective than Stun Spore. Maybe not, though. I don't know. I've always had an affinity for sleep over paralysis. Whoops. Maybe we won't turn around just yet. It is very easy to get lost in these caves, more so than in previous games, where you sort of see, here we are, a yellow Pokeball gives us a new TM, Shadow Claw. That could be a useful move for our Snorlax. I know it knows the move Lick, which is a ghost type move, so it might be possible that it can learn Shadow Claw as well. And we continue on. Oh wow, and have come across a gigantic Onyx in the way, and it uses Rage, which does very little damage as of yet, and Absorb somehow almost completely knocks it out. Of course, having dealt damage, Onyx's rage increases, but it tried to throw rocks instead and missed, and now it returns to the darkness of its home in the cave here. We've reached some sort of crevice. Okay, so now it opens up again. But who is this? What's this? Says the man in red. He comes towards us and says, well, what do we have here? A nosy little trainer has come poking around. Listen up. We are the fashionable team whose very name makes people tremble in fear. Team Flare. Team Flare's goal is to make it so we're the only ones who are happy. We don't care one bit about what happens to other trainers or Pokemon. Get out of here, kid. Don't you know not to play with fire? No. Getting my fancy suit dirty isn't the stylish way to do things, but if you insist, I'll obliterate you. Get a Moundour. Yeah, I just wanted to fight this flashy Grunt. You are challenged by Team Flare Grunt. Team Flare Grunt sends out Houndour. Well, we're not going to keep Oddish out for this battle, but I think we've got a couple of great replacements. And let's go with Leaf, who is still at level 16. Houndour uses Howl, raising its attack. But we've got fighting moves, which of course are super effective against Houndour's dark typing. But Houndour's a little faster and gets a bite in first. But it's not nearly as powerful as the Karate Chop of level I'm not the only member of Team Flare. Of course not. But I like the look. They're very flashy. This is some kind of minecart just kind of sitting there. Oh, and here is another member of Team Flare. And she says, we're gonna take everyone else down so we can do what we want. I like the fiery introduction or little animation that we get every time we face off with one of these grunts. She sends out a Gulpin because, of course, these angry gangs always have a preferential or a preference for the poison types. But who should we send out? I'm gonna switch into Kecleon just to give our little chameleon some airtime here. Breeze, as she is known. And Gulpin starts with a yawn, which is a great move. But Kecleon knows Psybeam, and it does a lot of damage, but not enough to knock it out. However, it did confuse the target Gulpin. But it works through the confusion and lands a poison attack on Kecleon, which then of course changes Kecleon into the poison type. So now we've got a poison Kecleon, which will actually help us out because it will prevent, or it will reduce the amount of damage that she takes from these poison attacks. But now that she's awake again, thanks to a full heal, we'll send out another Psybeam and knock out the Gulpin. Both Breeze and Night Soil gain a pretty good amount of experience, and Night Soil's grown to level 18. But now we're up against an Electrike, and Kecleon is still the poison type, so it's not going to be getting any stab moves here. Now this is interesting. If Kecleon is attacked with a status move, will it change its typing? No, I guess not. The attack either has to do damage or connect. Be a direct attack, as the one trainer told us that gave us the Rocky Helmet. Feint attack, I forgot, is great in that it never misses. So as long as we've switched back to the normal type, I don't think we'll be using any normal type moves. I'm gonna continue using this feint attack to ensure that we hit every time and the Electrike goes down. And with that, this Team Flare Grunt also falls to the ground. She drops to the floor because she is floored by the fact that she lost to this kid. Now these rocks we could break with a rock smash, but I just don't feel like teaching that to one of the Pokemon on my team right now. So, wow, look at this, a Swoobat. I mean, a Woobat. I forgot that these little heart nose fluff balls came out in this game. For some reason I thought they were, well, I don't know which one I thought they were from, but it is a psychic and flying type, so I think we will, you know what, we'll send out Munchie. Munchie does have a ghost type move, and that's going to be super effective against the flying type, so we'll see how this goes. And it uses its signature move, Heart Stamp, and it gets hurt. let's call it, Smoochie. Not to be confused with Smoochum. Smoochie goes to box 1 as we've got no room on the team for her right now. But we are happy to have her here with us. And now we've encountered 2 Team Flare grunts. We're Team Flare, they say. We put the fashion into fear. We were looking for fossils, but discovered a kid. A kid. Here comes Serena. There are 2 members of Team Flare. Well then, are you ready to team up and battle them? You know it. I just fought with another one of these Team Flare guys. As did I. If you just want to make people in Team Flare happy, why don't you just do that? But if you're going to go around threatening other people, we won't let you get away with it. I guess not. I feel like it's more so that they're in the way. They're attacking us too. If they would have just let us through and search for fossils on our own. Oh, she's got an Esper. Well, that's good. As that psychic type will be very useful in taking out these poison and, oh no, I guess Scraggy is dark type, so that won't exactly help us out here. And Krogunk used a feint attack, and so did Scraggy. Wow, Esper was knocked out in the first round. That's too bad, but not before it got up either a light screen or a reflect. I didn't catch which one she put up. But Night Soil was successful in landing some sleep powder on the Krogunk. And Serena sends out an Absol. The Catastrophe Pokemon, I believe it's called. Well, I'm gonna switch Night Soil out because this Absorb is going to take a really long time to accomplish much. And Morningstar hasn't seen a battle yet, so we'll give him a chance to show off some of its moves. Absol taunts the little Scraggy, who I'm sure was going to use an attack anyway, and it goes in with a Brick Break, wow, which not only destroys the light screen, but also knocks out the Absol, and Scraggy's Moxie ability raises its attack yet again. So we've actually got kind of a difficult battle on our hands, but I'm gonna have Morningstar deliver a peck onto this Scraggy. Super effective, as we knew. And her Quilladin sends some leech seeds onto the sleeping Krogunk. And thankfully, Quilladin has stronger defenses than her last 2 Pokemon. So hopefully we'll be able to take out this Scraggy before it we're so fired up. Oh man, they say my favorite fashionable team player suit is filthy. I imagine with the amount of time you guys spend on the ground, if we can restore fossils, we can make some good money. Interesting. I didn't think that that was the impetus for finding fossils. I'm not even sure how you would make money from restoring fossils. If anything, I think it would cost money to get the lab to do it. But we've just encountered a ferroseed that's fallen from the ceiling in this cave. And ferroseed has got to be one of the better Pokemon in the entire game. So it would be nice to catch this little pine nut, this spiky grenade. Since it's a water type, water pulse shouldn't do too much damage to it. This also gives Frogadier a chance to see the cave outside of its Pokeball. Wow, and Ferroseed just got a critical hit on Frogadier with Rollout, which of course is going to keep getting stronger. And Ferroseed has the ability Iron Barbs, as was mentioned to us again by that lovely trainer that gave us the Rocky Helmet. And now it has me wanting to equip it with a Rocky Helmet, as we were told to do. I can be very susceptible to suggestion at times. But that's if we can even get it down to a manageable HP level. I'm worried about using a fighting type move on it because of course Ferroseed is also a steel type, and this will deal possibly a lot of damage. And I can't remember now if Arm Thrust hits multiple times, and it does. Will it stop? It hit 2 times perfectly, giving us an opportunity to throw a Pokeball. We'll switch out into Munchie. Munchie, I'm just gonna have you stand there as we try to catch the Pinecone. Let's see, we've got Pokeball, the Netball though. Oh, this isn't a bug type though. We'll just try a regular Pokeball. It's only level 15. And sure enough, it looks like it's trapped. I mean, it's caught. Ferroseed has been caught. Munchie gets a little experience, so does Night Soil. And we get a new Pokédex entry for Ferroseed, the Thorn Seed Pokemon. When threatened, it attacks by shooting a barrage of spikes, which gives it a chance to escape by rolling away. It's actually 2 feet tall. That's a lot bigger than I would have imagined, and it weighs 41 pounds. It's a heavy little egg. Actually, it's not very little. I wonder how big Ferrothorn is. Let's give it a name here. Let's call it Football, as it kind of looks like an American football, ready to be punted or whatever. Alright, perfect. And it looks like we've reached the end of the cave here. Oh, and look, they even give us an escape rope, just in case we had forgotten to pack one. through